everyone, it's Chloe here and I'm the owner, maker and creator of Emmy Creations. Welcome to my channel. So today's video, I thought that I would bring you along in the ride of creating my next crochet kit. So if you follow me or you shopped from my store, you will know that I sell six different crochet kits, and they are all for beginners. They come with a instruction with all the required materials, and I think that is all from those kits. But anyways, they're very simple and very basic kits, which are perfect for beginners. But I thought I would design a new one where it will have a few more items, and the pattern is actually not as easy, so it's kind of like an upgrade from the beginner to the intermediate level. So I've been meaning to create this new kit, and I forgot to introduce what pattern it is. It's actually for Sunny the Sunflower. I have had a few people message me through Instagram asking me if there's going to be a kit for Sunny the Sunflower, only because they can't access certain yarn colors and yarn types. So I've been working on this in the background for probably 2 months now, just designing new packaging for it and just thinking about how much yarn I need and all those things. But even though I said that I've been working on it for 2 months, I haven't been working on it every single day consistently. So I thought today would be a really good opportunity to just really go through all the different processes and just the thinking that I go through when I'm designing a new crochet kit, and I thought I'll just share that with you all. So I'm just gonna whip the camera around just so that you can just see what I've already done and what I'm going to do next. I'm currently in the bedroom because my husband's having a meeting and I can't really work in the living room. Perks of having a 1-bedroom apartment. Yeah, I can't wait until I have my own crochet space. But anyways, I'm going to whip the camera around just to show you what I'm doing. And so yeah, let's get started. Okay, so I've just got everything laid out on the bed in terms of what I have done so far. So you can see here I've already made the pieces for Sunny the Sunflower, and I've just weighed how much each piece weighs. But before I did this, I actually did wind them into estimated amounts of yarn that I thought will be needed to make these pieces, and lucky enough my estimations were quite right, and there was still a significant amount of yarn left over, which I usually do because I know different people have different tensions when they crochet. So for me, I do crochet with quite a tight tension, but I know some other people don't. So it's always important to have extra yarn for your kits. So I always add an extra, let's say 5 or 10 grams, or maybe 5 grams to each yarn ball. So I've already done that. I haven't wounded the new amounts of yarn yet, but I'm going to do that later just to see how it all looks. But essentially what I'm trying to say is I've already tested the amount of yarn and I'm quite happy with that. So, and I've also just written it all down in my book. So I've just written down 60 winds for the terracotta and 70 winds for the mustard and so forth. And I'm just going to weigh those and just to see how it compares to the completed parts of the crochet items. Obviously the ones which are stuffed, I've already weighed those, so I already know how much they are. But once I do wind these colors up into their balls, I can just cross-check with what the weights are and I should be happy, and hopefully they will be pretty good numbers. So essentially what the numbers should be, whatever this number is. So let's say all these petals, it was 25 grams, for example. Then when I wind my mustard color, that should be around 30 grams because I want the extra extra yarn for people who do crochet with a lesser tension. Same goes for the stuffing. So I always give a little bit of extra stuffing. Here I think I weighed 40 grams, but I think the toy only really requires like 30 or even 25 grams of stuffing, but always just give a little bit more because some people do overstuff their toys. I am kind of that person actually, so I try to overstuff and just see if that is enough yarn. Some people understuff as well. So this kit also has some felt pieces. So this black one is for the mouth, which is self-adhesive, so you can just peel the back of this and then it will just stick automatically. But if you're unsure, there is always other felts where you can just use like a glue gun or some Yoo-hoo glue just to secure it onto the toy. This felt is a little bit thicker, which is perfect for the pot. So this is what I place inside the pot along with this piece of cardboard here. So if you've purchased this pattern before or you've seen someone who's gifted you this toy, you'll see that there is a piece of cardboard because the base is not flat, and this cardboard just keeps the base flat, and this felt piece just goes over it and cover it. Currently only have the white felt, so I'm going to go to my local craft store and see if they have any other color besides white, preferably maybe black or red or brown if they have it, but if not, I'll just stick with the white felt for this kit because I do have a lot of the white. Obviously the kit will have a crochet hook, which is a 2.5 mm, and then all the other essentials. So you're going to definitely need pins. So I've got 4 pins here, a yarn needle to sew all the pieces together, and I flip this around. This is where you have all your eyes, which is a 7mm eye, and also a stitch marker just to keep track of your project. And something additional with this kit that I don't have with my other kits is that I want to do something a little bit special. So the idea of this kit is that it's going to be one of those like limited edition ones. So my plan is that I will basically create a different kit every 2 months maybe, and depending on interest as well, like if the kit sells really well, then I might increase the stock and it may not be a limited edition one. But for the very first one, which is Sunny the Sunflower, I'm just going to do it as a limited edition just to see how it goes. So I think I'm planning just to sell, I think, 15 of these kits first. And within these kits, I'm going to add also a journal, a notebook, and a pen that has my company motto, which is enjoy, make, inspire, and inside is just a lined paper for you to take notes while you're crocheting, or to, I guess, encourage you to create your own new designs. This kit will also have a printed pattern as well. So usually with most of my kits, or with my current kits, I don't have a printed document, only because they are very short and quick patterns. So I just put a QR code for people to scan when they receive the pattern, and they will access the pattern digitally. For this one, I thought it would be a little bit special just to create a little booklet for the pattern, but you will also receive a QR code to access a digital version of this pattern, because, you know, it's always safe to have a soft copy as well, just in case you lose the hard copy. But this is just a little additional thing that I just created, and I actually really like, I always print my patterns, so I'm hoping that people will appreciate this little addition to the kit, which I don't usually have in my other kits. Depending how this goes and the cost of everything, I may introduce it for my beginner kits, but right now I don't feel like there is a need for it. And then here is a box that I designed, and I will probably show you how I designed this, but essentially I just designed the graphic all through Illustrator. I had a few a few iterations of this box, but so with this box, I don't know, I don't think you can tell, but the sticker, the image of Sunny, the sunflower on the box, is actually a sticker. So the reason why I did this is because I know I'm going to create other kits, and I don't want to be designing or creating too many different types of boxes with a different graphic on the front. And so again, always think smart. Don't work too hard, but think smart about how you're going to do your packaging. So I just have this box here, which is actually, this circle here is actually blank, and I've just purchased separate stickers. So depending on the kit that people buy, then I'll just put a image of that particular toy onto the box, and that is what the kit will be. And you can see that I don't label what the kit is. I just say it's a DIY crochet kit, and it will be of this sunflower, and that is all the information that is needed on this box. So I'll probably show you a blank version of this. And I don't know if you can see, there's like some grid lines on this. So I kind of did a boo-boo when I was designing this, where I forgot to turn off the grid lines before I sent it off. So I sent it off. Luckily, I only got like 10 of these printed. So I will still use these boxes, only because I paid for it and they were quite expensive. But all these boxes, all these items, so these items here are made from Vista Print, and as you know, as some of you may know, I am a ambassador for Vista Print, so I love testing out their new products and seeing how I can introduce some of their products to my store and how I can improve my packaging as well with their products. So all of these were made through Vista Print, and I will also show you how quick and easy it is to do it. I guess with the design side of things, because I do come from a design background, it was very easy for me to design all these elements. But if you need help and assistance with any of these things, Vistaprint does have design services. Or if you don't want to use Vista, I know there's Canva as well, and I know there's other new tools online that I've seen through TikTok and Instagram, but I can't remember what they are. But there's so many design tools that are free online that you can use to help you to design any of these products. So yeah, so this is where I've gone up to. I think I've done quite a bit already. I think the final things that I really need to do is wind the yarn, think about the design of how I'm going to package these small items, think about whether I will create, you know, different versions of the kit. By different versions, basically, if you just want the yarn and you don't need these materials, then you know, giving you options basically. So I just need to really think about that, fix my box and get some more printed. I only got one of these printed as a prototype just to see the quality, so quite happy with the quality. So I will go and make a few extra orders. I'll just probably order an extra 10, or I don't know, I'm not sure what the order number is, but I'll probably order an extra 10 just in case. Just in case they don't sell, because I don't want to order too much stuff. So I still have that mindset of starting a new business kind of thing. Like, I try not to over order because I don't want to have too much stock lying around and just, you know, wasting the stock if it's not going to sell. But anyway, so I'm going to put my phone down and I'm going to start winding this yarn and also think about how I'm going to package this in my box as well. So I'm going to get started on that. Okay, so I've just finished winding all the yarn balls for the kit. So now I'm just going to weigh them just to cross check with the completed parts, with the wounded balls, just to make sure that there is enough yarn to create the different parts. So I'll just show you one example where what I meant by a certain amount is needed when you make it, and then there is a certain amount that you should put in the kits. So I have my petals here. I've got, I think, 11 of them made, only because the last few times when I made Sunny, I always had like a varied number of petals. I think it just depended on how I spaced the petals, but sometimes I'll just need 10 and sometimes I need 11. So for the kit, I decided to make 11 petals and then add any additional yarn depending on what people's tensions are when they crochet, just to be on the safer side. So I'm just going to weigh this and see how much it weighs. So I don't know if you can see that, but it says 19 grams. So all these yarn balls with the all these petals with the yarn tails is 19 grams. And now I'm just going to grab my mustard yarn ball and I'm just going to weigh that and see what it comes up to, and it's 22 grams. So I'm very happy with that because the yarn ball is heavier than my petals, so that means there is enough yarn there for the kits, and there is additional, 3 grams of yarn, but also keeping in mind that I did make an extra petal as well, even though the instruction says 10. So there is definitely more than enough yarn to make the petals, so that is good. So I'm going to do this process for all the yarn balls. I'm just going to note it down in my book. So yeah, I'm just going to do that. Okay, so I've just weighed all those yarn balls and also cross-checked my numbers when I weighed all the completed parts, and they all look really good. They all had an additional 4 to 5 grams of yarn, so that should be more than enough for people to create Sunny the Sunflower. So now I'm just going to do a mock-up of packaging this kit, just to see how it all looks together inside the box and what additional packaging things that I need to add to the kits. So I'm just going to show you that process now. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to jump onto the computer and probably start designing the final little packaging things for the kits, such as this packet. Like this one, I just did a really, don't know if you can see it, it's like blurry, but this one I just did a really quick mock-up of how much space I need for the pins. I like putting it in the cardboard just so that it's not, rolling around in the box, and just to keep it safe as well. I did purchase some new envelopes instead of using these plastic Ziploc bags, only because I guess I want to try and be more environmentally friendly. So I purchased these little clear envelopes that are just on its way. I think I purchased like 100 of them because I want to replace the ones in my existing kits as well. So I'm constantly thinking about new ways of packaging my kits, and you probably have seen that I've recently got new stickers for my dim sum kits as well. So those are all like new packaging designs that I'm working in the background when I'm not crocheting. So I've gone to jump on the computer and design the graphic for this, and obviously update the box and put in more orders for the pattern. So yeah, so I'm going to flip the camera around again just to show you how I'm going to package this and any additional things I'm going to add to the kits. So let's open this box up. So this box is a little bit damaged, so I won't be selling this one, only because I've been opening and closing this box so many times. But this is just a prototype, so that it should be okay. Just going to put some tissue paper in. Let's just see how much I need to fold. So I love wrapping all my stuff in tissue paper. So I have a lot of this under my bed right now. I always bulk buy it so that it's cheaper. Speaking of bulk buying, always try and do some research into wholesale prices when it comes to your kits. So with my yarn, always buy it at a discounted price. I never buy it when it's, you know, its original retail price. Always buy it when there is a sale. I have done research into trying to find the manufacturer who creates the yarn, but it's being a little bit difficult. But luckily for me, I do. So I purchase all my yarn from Spotlight, which is in Australia, and I always buy it when there is a decent sale. I never buy it when it is full price, and when there is a sale, I literally go crazy. I would buy like $100, $200 worth of yarn. So I have a lot of yarn at home, and it's surprising that I'm able to fit it in my small apartment. But anyways, okay, so I'm going to start placing the items in. So I think I'll put the pattern in first, and then I'll put the yarn balls inside next. And then I'll put the stuffing. The good thing about the stuffing is that it can be compressed. So I've just put the stuffing inside my project bag. So this is a failed project bag, which I'm just using as a mock-up for now. But the project bags that will go in will be much better. You'll see my logo a little bit better. I am thinking about getting someone to print them for me, but then when I look at how much it is quite expensive, and right now I guess I'm quite content with just buying the cotton bags wholesale and just stamping my logo on one at a time and doing it all by hand and or DIY, but completely up to you how you want to do it. So I'm thinking of just putting the felt and also the additional piece of pink yarn in here, only because they are very small items. So just put that in there as well, just like that. So I definitely need to think about how I'm going to design the graphic for this, because it doesn't look too good, but I'll work on that later. So I'll just put that there. Have my felt pieces and the cardboard piece, which I'll just place here on its own, and most importantly the hook, and I'm just going to place in here like that. Okay, so this okay guys, okay, so this is why it's important to do a test and a mock up, because sometimes things don't fit, and this journal does not fit in my box. Okay. So when I chose this box size, this is actually one of the standard box sizes that I have at home. And I usually package a lot of my stuff in this size, because the next one up is really big. It's huge. So maybe I'll just go and grab one and just show you. Okay, so I checked on Vista, and the next size up is actually this size, and it is massive. It is literally double the size of that, which is why I opted for this. So I'm going to really need to think about how I'm going to do this. So this doesn't fit. So, and because I want this to be part of the kit, I guess the best thing to do, so I'm going to obviously seal this, and it's going to be sealed with my sticker. I'm not going to seal it right now because this is a mock-up, but I'm going to use this sticker, which is actually a new design. Before it had a border on it, and I kind of removed the border because I liked it without the border more. So that will be there. So the kit will also come with my business card and also a thank you card, which has a discount code on the back. So I'll put that in. So stick, put that in, put that in. I also recently got these new stickers made from Vista as well. yeah, it's so, I used to make my own stickers, but I just haven't had enough time to do it, so I've just started to outsource sticker making. But another reason is because I haven't fixed my silhouette. So my silhouette is a bit broken at the moment, so I just need to fix that, and then I will go back to making my own stickers. So I'll just close this. So that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Okay, I think what I have to do is I will probably ship the kits in the bigger box, and I will place these items like this, and I'll probably try and see if I can get some custom made ribbons with my logo on it or my motto on it or something, and then I'll just tie it all together so that it looks like a really cute little gift pack kind of thing. And then I'll just place it in the box, obviously having all the like additional, you know, stuffing, like scrap pieces of paper or something just to hold the stuff in place. And everything seems to fit in the bigger box. Yes, it does. Okay, so I guess that wasn't a total crazy crisis moment. But this is what I mean by it is important to just do a mock-up, because you don't know what's going to happen. Like in this case, I didn't realize the journal wouldn't fit in this size box, which is a little bit of a mistake on my end, but luckily we found a solution, so I'm quite happy with that. So just thinking about it now, so these are all the things that will go in with the box. I'm thinking of, speaking of options before, I'm thinking of maybe if people want this as a gift pack to a friend or something, then I will include a card and a additional sticker. So I designed this card and the sticker myself. So I made this sticker on the silhouette. So I'm yet to fix my silhouette so I can make more of these stickers, but maybe I can put this as an option, as a gift packing option. So if they want to gift this, then they can pay an extra, I don't know, $2 or something to get the card and the sticker to go with the kit. So yeah, I think I'm quite happy with how that looks. So usually I will take a photo of this mock-up just so that I remember how things are being packaged and how everything is placed inside, so I can keep it consistent with every other kit purchases. So now that is done, I'm quite happy with that. I'm going to do a restamp of the bag. I'm going to jump on the computer now, actually. No, I'll jump on the computer first. I'm going to design this new graphic, see how it looks, and then I will actually start thinking about how I'm going to photograph this as well. So yeah, let's jump onto the computer now. Okay, actually, just before going to the computer, I thought it would be a good idea just to weigh how much this is, because I'm going to need to think about how much shipping I'll need to pay, or how much shipping you'll have to pay to get this delivered. So, oh wow, it's actually quite heavy. So it is, you can't really see it, but it's 660 grams. So that's over 500 grams. So that means delivery will be a little bit more expensive than the smaller kits. So for this one, I think domestically it will probably be around $12, and internationally it will be a little bit more. I know in the States it will probably, I guess, be over 30 Australian dollars to get this kit shipped. But yeah, let's see what happens. But yeah, it is quite heavy. So in here I've placed the kit, the journal, and also I've just added some packaging paper just to fill up the space, because when you ship something, it can't be moving. It needs to be silent when you shake it. So that's probably why it's quite heavy. Obviously there's the weight of the box as well, so that's why it's 660 grams. So Again, another tip is always make sure that you weigh all your kits before you sell it, because you want to make sure that you get the shipping costs right. Because if you assume this kit is going to be under 500 grams, you are going to be losing money. So always do your research. I know in Australia at least, or with Ozpost, which is what I use, they do a breakdown of the cost of shipping for different weights and different volumes. So always do your research with regards to that. So I don't have one of my smaller kits, but I know my smaller kits are only around 130 grams, which is much lighter than this kit, which makes sense because there is a lot less in those kits. So I need to note this down so I remember how much it is and how much I need to charge for shipping. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the computer and finish off some graphic work. Okay, so I've just printed that graphic. Super quick, super easy. So I'm just going to cut it up into size. So now I'm just going to get my hole puncher. Just going to punch these holes out. So that's probably the bad thing about this design, is that I can't reach those holes. So that means I actually need these to be two separate pieces. So I've got the holes now. So I've got this piece and this piece. So they're just going to go back to front like that. Take this out. And there we go. This is the new pouch with all the small pieces, and honestly just that extra piece of cardboard just made me so much happier. So looks great. So I think I'll stick with this. I think this kind of graphic will work with the new bags or new envelopes that I'm getting, because it's actually around the same size as this. So I'm not too worried if it doesn't fit, because I'm 100% sure that the sizing is very similar. I think it's just not as long as this, so that's why I've made it a little bit shorter. So I'm very happy with that. Great, so that's done. So now that I finished the graphic for the little bits and pieces, and that's just placed in the kit. Now I'm just going to go back onto the computer and just order some extra booklets, because I've only got one booklet made, and I might just order some extra boxes as well, because I do need those boxes, because I am planning to design another kit. This time it's just going to be a bundle for my dim sum, because right now I sell them individually. I'm planning to sell them as a bundle, so basically more yarn with all the patterns in one big booklet, but I need to work on that booklet. Just want to do some reformatting, and just because those designs, they were made in the early stages of my business, so I didn't have a full graphic and full layout fully prepared, and now I do. I just want to update those so that it's more consistent. So that's actually another kit that I'm working on the background, but I haven't started yet. But just doing this one is just in a way a trial for me to realize what I have to do for that mega kit. But yeah, so essentially I'm just gonna go on the computer. I'll probably show you what products I'm going to be purchasing on my through Vistaprint, but yeah, essentially it's just the booklets with the instructions, more boxes. I'm seeing if they have any ribbon that is customizable that I can purchase. If not, I'll see what they have. And yeah, and then once that's done, I might just I might have to wait a couple of weeks for those new items to come, so I might do a part 2 of this video just to show the final stages of creating my kit and also putting it up in my store. So yeah, back to the computer. Okay, so I've placed an order for additional boxes and also for additional booklets for the kids. Still waiting on a few things on top of that as well. So I'm thinking of creating a second part for this video. But essentially part 2 will be the finalization of the kits, taking some product photos, uploading them online, doing some marketing on my social media as well. So part 2 will be quite interesting as well in terms of how I start to sell my kits. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it will do well, just like my other kits as well. But for part 1, I hope this has been informative. If you're planning to start your own business where you're selling kits as well, I hope this has given you some insight and also some ideas on how you can start working on that process. But if you have any questions, don't be afraid to leave me a comment below. I will try and get back to you as soon as I can. But otherwise, I hope it has been a informative video. So if you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And also, if you've been enjoying the content so far, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. But otherwise, I will talk to you all very soon. Bye!